So we're here at the Colgan camp with Dr. Michael Colgan. Michael, it's great to be here.
Great to have you. It's a privilege, Cory.
So I want to sort of get into your mind a little bit, and why don't you tell us what you're doing here at the camp and how athletes from all over the world are benefiting from coming here?
Well, we try to do the power program. We try to design exercise programs for athletes that match the way the body was designed to work, rather than doing arbitrary movements in gyms, movements that lock arms and legs together, because all sport is free movement activity and it's done on your feet. If you sit down to do an exercise, then what are you doing? You're taking away your base of support that you would use in the sport. If you're training in the sitting down position, then you are training your base of support not to work. It's pretty common sense stuff, but the problem is that weight training has grown up as a commercial enterprise in gyms where machinery, where weights are contained, where people are strapped in, where you can get a lot of people in a small space and still be safe, is the way things have gone, not with the design of the human body. So we try to do things with the design of the human body.
And you're doing a great job, because what I see is like an incredible transformation. Some of these people coming in, they've got skill training and knowledge of training and they're really focused, but you're bringing in a new paradigm of nutrition, aren't you?
Oh, certainly. We obviously try again to have the nutrition that the body was designed for. I've got a book coming out called Nutrition for Champions, which is about what is the design of the human genome, which determines our biology, and should we be eating the stuff that matches that design? Well, that design all happened before there was agriculture. So consequently, that genome was set. Now, when I started writing this and doing this a few years ago, I started thinking about it, and I was still slightly unsure of myself. So I started writing to experts and asking them, you know, I'm saying the genome is 99.9% fixed and final before there was ever any agriculture, before there were ever any cereal grains, before there was ever any cultivated meat, before there was any processed vegetable oils, before there was any processed carbohydrate, before there was any various amounts of sugar in the diet, before there was any salt in the diet, added salt, and before the diet got very acid. It's sort of fairly simple things. And every single person I've written to said, you're on the button. And I was very heartened, because I thought, well, I'll write, like the really bright guys. So I wrote to Stephen Hawking.
Really?
Yes. And I got him reply. And I asked him, I'm saying that the human genome was set before there was agriculture started about 11,000 years ago, between 10 and 11,000 years ago, in what's called the Fertile Crescent, what's now, a theatre of war. Iran, Iraq, Syria, Palestine, Israel, Jordan. That's what's called the Fertile Crescent. That's where the whole of agriculture, animal husbandry, a whole lot of other things of our civilization began. And anyway, he wrote back to me, emailed back to me. Anyone can do this, by the way. Anyone can write to Stephen Hawking. It's not like it's a privilege. And he said, look in my book, page so-and-so, that is the universe in a nutshell. And there it is, right in the page. He explains why, and he says, there has been no significant change in human DNA in the last 10,000 years. And that's it. Therefore, our genome developed and adapted to a particular environment with particular foods in it. And that was set before we ever developed modern food. And consequently, when you look at we've identified 8 changes in modern food that make it not suitable for the genome. And it's pretty simple stuff, I suppose, but nobody's put it together quite like that before.
So you're saying that the genome hasn't changed really, but our diet has changed.
Our diet has become abysmal.
So the outcome based on phenotype, how the genes express themselves, are influenced by the food that we're eating, and it's not an ideal diet. Genomically handicapped.
Genomically handicapped. That's a very good way of putting it. Yes.
Well, and when is your book coming out, Nutrition for Champions?
We will have the pre-publication copies in September.
Well, that's fantastic.
So it'll be out in full publication next year. I think March at the Anaheim trade show.
Right, it's a great place to release it. So we all know Michael's books, Optimum Sports Nutrition, the New Power Program, Hormonal Health. He's got some new ones coming out. We're here at the camp, and we're just so thrilled that he's continuing on in the same vein and making the truth known to people who have an interest. Michael, we thank you very much for your mastery and your great contribution.
Well, thanks to you, Cory. I mean, the enormous effort you put into your nutrition course made it one of the best there is.
Thank you. Awesome.